Yeah, it's a DC 10 diplomacy check to find him, so there are a few of you that make that automatically.
Hmm.
Yeah, you find out very quickly that Jameis is well known in Drenchport as an expert scrimshaw carver and a shameless rumor monger. You've learned that this graybeard spends his time in the fire of the Carver's Hall, a communal building where Drenchport scrimshanners work together on larger projects and sell their finished work.
Sorry, excuse me.
So what do you want to do?
Uh,
I
yeah,
don't think we have any other business in this town besides speaking with him. So
Not that I'm aware of, anyways.
I don't think so.
is is there a Callistrian temple in this town, or is it strictly like a druid old faith type of place?
There might be like a literal shrine, like a statue of Callistria that people leave stuff in front of, but there is not an organization of Callistria here.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all. Our dog is 14 and he can't jump off the sofa anymore. He weighs like 5 pounds. So he was raising heck because somebody left him on the sofa.
Understandable. Yes, there is a lot of worship of the Green Faith here. There's also a strong, very strong following of the Cult of the Storm. I think they call it the Cult of the Eye.
Oh, the eye thingy.
Yeah, the Eye of Abendego. You guys have encountered a number of these gentlemen before. They wear the steel gray helmets with the red eye in the middle and talk about uniting humanity and birthing a new god in the form of a rodent's image.
Yeah.
There wasn't a cult above our ship at one point for that, was there?
It
Yeah.
was.
He was hanging
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And is that cult still kind of
No,
bubbling? No.
they're
Okay.
they've been gone for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Sorry.
Calicia came in.
Those people might be dead.
Yeah, Calicia came in and was like, "What's up?"
I'm pretty sure you killed the cultists.
We didn't. We let them do what they want to do as long as they didn't cause any trouble.
It
And
did
then
cause trouble, and you killed
Yeah,
them.
they caused trouble and then we killed them.
Yeah,
I guess I missed that day.
it happened.
Wreck them.
They're very dead.
Done talking about it.
So we just Commodore, we may have made some enemies with our past transgressions with this cult. I just want you to be aware. I will go through the standard operating procedure and grant you a life link with all the party members, in addition to shield other on the captain.
Alrighty.
Are you familiar with life link, Sydney?
Yes. I was actually one of the people that was raising the huge ruckus in chat when you were battling the NPC.
Cool.
Cheetah. Pirate.
So,
Scarlet.
so yeah, when you guys exit the ship, you are accosted by a number of religious missionaries who are trying to convert you. There's like someone dressed not like a hippie, but like a vegan like businessman. So it's very clear he's using, animal products that are like plant products only, like hemp woven clothing, but very nicely made. And I don't know, like silk. I don't know that much about vegan clothing, man. But yeah, I guess
Just
you
go
can
with
imagine it. Like a very
Vegan clothing is a thing?
yeah,
It is.
yeah.
Actually,
Distinguished hipster or hippie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then there's various like very desperate people who worship like individual spirits of the local area, who are all like, "Yes, come join us. You should join the cult of the Lady of the Western Isles. She is great and powerful. You can find much love if you follow her wisdom." And then, of course, there's the guy like at the end of this line. That's from the Cult of the Eye. That's just like standing there in the steel gray helm with the single red jewel in the middle of his helmet. So there's literally like no way he can see out of this thing normally. And he's just standing there in like a white trench coat with like a buttoned down white silk shirt and white silk pants with his hands folded before him. And he's like, "Yes, welcome, brothers. Have you considered joining the Cult of the Eye?" And he looks over Marcus and Aces, and is like, the two of you would be easily accepted as members.
I raise an eyebrow. Why?
As half-breeds, you would be welcome among our members to join us.
Okay.
I
None of them are
apologize,
actually
dear boy. It's
standing.
not really anything that would interest me.
Don't you aspire to become a whole human once more?
I burned out my humanity long ago.
My eyes really darken at that.
They're not actually standing in front of Scourge, right? Because
They're standing like in the middle of the pier, but the pier is like 10 feet wide, so you could just walk around him.
no. No, he's just going to walk right through the middle of them. So if they make the mistake stand in front of him, he's just
This guy does stand right in front of you.
Okay, he'll just bowl him over. He doesn't care.
Okay, yeah, like
Mover.
you move to hit him, and he.
No, I'm not going to hit him. I'm just going to walk right through him.
What? How does that happen? Explain to me.
If he doesn't move, he moves
Explain to me
forward.
how you hit
Doesn't
him.
move, I'm
how
gonna
you don't
walk through
hit
him.
him, but you move him.
I'm
It's
not
called
gonna
a
use
swim
my
move.
hands. I'm not going to. Yeah, no, I'm just going to continue walking.
Walking forward.
Yeah. Move
Well,
or-
you walk right into him, and he doesn't move.
Really?
Yeah.
20 strength, Orvin.
If you want to hit him with your body, you can. But if you're just going to walk, he's just standing there. He's like, this is ridiculous.
Sooner you walk out to the side, the sooner it'll be over with.
So he does the Assassin's Creed thing where he just like puts his hand on the back of your shoulder and like pulls you past him.
See? Was that so hard?
He's like, I know how difficult it can be for inferior races to understand how walking works.
So is carrying him around considered hitting him?
You just see me like put my hand over my face like
Can I cast mage armor at myself?
He's gonna
at this
really
point in
lay
time?
hands on me, which he has laid hands on me at this point.
You
Is that,
ran into him.
no, he didn't get out of my way.
this is motherfucking
All
Master
matter of
Scourge.
perspective.
I'm going to whisper to Commodore. We were told not to start any fights here.
Yeah, when you say that,
I won't let him put his hand on me, but I'll just duck underneath him and keep on walking.
when you say that, Alaris, he turns his like red jewel towards you and just nods his head.
All right.
Well, I say
Are
to
these-
myself,
You know what? Heck with him. Scourge will say, look, we've crushed you idiots once. We'll do it again if we have to. Get out of the way. He'll just keep on walking.
It's about to get 0 to 100 real quick, dog.
So here's what happens: the
So
camera
straight
stays on him. You guys like walk away into the background, and he's just like, "They've crushed us before." Is he indicating he's killed other members of the faith? It seems it's time to call a conclave.
0 to 100.
We have never left a town yet without stirring it up. So here we go.
And the camera does the shh, and it's you guys walking where exactly?
Where? Okay, well we're gonna. I don't know what. Start with the nearest.
Well, I
reputable
can see that it's going to be
places.
one of those kinds of visits to town again, so I am going to cast mage armor on myself.
Okay. All right. What form does your mage armor take?
Welcome aboard.
Basically, it's very simple, very subtle. Just basically, there is a slight sheen that appears over my skin,
Okay.
and you don't really see much difference. Just that maybe I just glisten slightly, like maybe I had been jogging for a few minutes.
Okay. All right.
Sheen.
We were introduced. I'm thinking to myself, we were introduced to all these different religious sects. I'm wondering if there's any competing religious sects against the cult of the Eye. I bet Jameis would know.
Am I supposed to make a knowledge check?
You have knowledge religion?
Yes. Yes,
Go
I
ahead.
do.
Sounds like somebody wants to know. A 20? Your knowledge of like local Drenchport politics probably isn't that great with only a 20. But the Cult of the Eye has actually got a fairly substantial following here in a very short time. The city size has been rapidly increasing, like almost 10%, because of all of the racially inclined folks moving and or basing their operations out of Drenchport to continue their worship of the cult.
Fair enough.
There's a number of captains who have basically re-flagged themselves underneath the Master of Gales just so that they have a reason to base out of Drenchport and continue worshiping the human-based cult.
Okay.
As far as enemies in the city go, the Green Faith kind of directly opposes them.
I know about the Green Faith out of game, but not in game.
Okay.
And what was their name again? Cult of the Eye?
Yeah, the Cult of the Eye. So what's the plan here? You guys are walking down the street.
Is there anything along the lines of a town crier or a notice board or
I mean, this is a considerably sized city. It's got thousands of people. So I'm sure that there's probably near the port, there's probably such a thing where people can like post notices of missing ships and stuff like that.
Okay.
There might not be a single crier. There's probably somebody you can pay a couple of coin to.
Sure. Yeah, that's all I'm looking for. Somebody who would seem to know, profess to know their way around and know who's who. So that'd be where we just try to start.
Oh, there's definitely guides. Like not formal guides, but there's probably like urchins and like young men and women who begging for coin will guide you anywhere you want to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Commodore, would you like me to do a gather information?
Yeah.
So remember, gather information takes a D4 hours.
Okay.
So you'll be talking to a lot of people. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. We can go ahead with it.
Yeah.
We believe.
Yeah, that'd be a good start.
I don't know if time is an issue here for you.
Well, the thing is, we may have made some enemies coming in, but they will definitely know once we ask around. Now, offhand, so do we know of the Jameis Calf's place of establishment, or is it still...
Yeah, it's the Carver's Hall.
Carver's Hall.
Oh.
Okay. Should we just go there and instead of asking questions, just walk right in?
I didn't know we knew where he was at. Carver's Hall. Okay. Never mind. Then we'll go on and find the Carver's Hall.
Okay. So the Carver's Hall is pretty easy to find. It's sort of the geographical highest point in the city. And currently there's like a rigging set up. So it's like on the edge of a cliff. And over the cliff they're hanging a almost complete whale skeleton. And it looks like people are out on the riggings, like, working on it as it's hanging over the cliff. Because they don't have enough space in their yard to work on it. It's just too big.
Wow.
And there's lots of people individually, like, humming or singing a tune to themselves. And there's, like, a dozen different tunes, and it's all mixing together. At the front doors of the Carver's Hall, there's a man sitting on a simple wooden chair, playing a carved flute, carved from bone. And it's just this extremely simple, just like round bone. It's hard to tell what it even came from. And he says, "Hello there. What can I do for you?"
We are looking for a person by the name of Jameis Keft. Could you point us in his direction? And I give him...
You here to collect a debt?
No, just exchange information.
So he looks you over and he's like...
Pay him 5 gold pieces.
You're paying this guy 5 gold pieces?
Yeah.
Like, well, You definitely aren't here to collect a debt from Keft. He hands you the 5 gold pieces back and says, I appreciate your sincerity, but I own this establishment. Go inside. Keft's at the bar, probably pissing his money away on whatever passes for a drink here in Drenchport.
And what is your name again?
I didn't give it.
My name is Alaris. Nice to meet you.
He just kind of nods to you and goes back to playing the flute on the chair.
Very well. Okay.
Why don't we leave the man in peace?
That's Scourge. You want to punch somebody?
So the inside of the Carver's Hall, it's incredibly warm in here. Like, there are fireplaces all over the place, both for, like, heat or for light. But there are quite a few where people are, like, roasting bone in order to get it scorched. There's a whole factory set up near the back end of the building where the yard is, where people are, like, shaving things down or whittling on something. For it being a scrimshanding hall, there seems to be a lot of woodworking going on as well, especially boats and boat repair, like small boats, like rowboats, that need patching. But there's also a very extravagant bar that's called Don't Tell Your Wife.
Seriously?
So it's like a half level lower than the rest of the building, you know, so you have to walk down like a small flight of steps to get there. There's lots of mirrors in it to make it look bigger than it is.
Gotcha.
And there's currently only one person drinking at the bar because it's, you know, it's morning.
Like morning, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
My guess would be that's probably our man then.
That's probably him, yeah. Okay. Well, I guess y'all ask around, see if we can find out if Master Keft is in residence.
Perhaps we should invite him to a private room so we're not our conversation's not eavesdropped by strangers.
So this place, there really isn't any private rooms here. It's all one open hall except for the bar, which even itself, the bar is open. It's just set into the floor.
Okay.
What's interesting is if you think, if you're remembering like the outside geographically, the bar is like partially hanging over the edge of the cliff.
Nice.
Bartenders in space.
I'm having a
All right.
flashback.
Well, Scourge in his own subtle sort of way will ask if there's anyone named Keft here. We'd like to have a word.
So you walk into the middle of the room and shout, "Hey, is Keft here?"
That's kind of the way he does it. Yep.
Everyone points over at the bar.
Okay. To the only guy in the bar.
Yeah, and the guy at the bar is like waving his hand up and like reaches over the bar counter and like pours himself another drink.
Okay. I'll Scourge will ask if there's any ale over there.
Are you going over there to talk to him?
Yeah, he'll walk
He's
over.
like, "Hi, you're looking for ale here. Well, we don't have any ale, but if you'd like, I can get you a warm drink of black kelp beer."
Black Hill beer.
Aye, it's got all the nutritiousness you need to get through a day. All of your nutrients and vitamins. It's basically like drinking bread.
Liquid bread is good for you.
I don't think he could beat liquid bread. Okay, well,
Yep.
anything in a pinch will do if you don't have any ale. So
You gotta make sure to drink it warm. So he like gets his jug and starts. It's huge. It's like a half gallon and starts warming it over one of the many fires
what?
in the room.
No. Okay.
And he like takes one of the bar stools and sits next to it and occasionally like stirs it with a glass rod and is like, "So, you're looking for Jameis Keft?"
Yes, we are.
He just kind of runs these long, thin, like leathery hands through his withered gray beard and says, "I might know such a man, Jameis Keft. Are
Well,
you here
we're-
to collect debts?"
No, we're just We're just here on a friendly mission, gathering information.
Oh, hi, I'm Jameis Keft.
Yeah, I kind of figured that already. There's a certain priestess in. I don't even remember where we were. You know, it's been too long since we.
I've been too.
House of Stolen
Kent?
Kisses. Her name's.
He's like,
No, I was trying to think of the
you've
name
been
of the
talking
port.
to-
Is it Kent?
the Callistrians have been spreading my bed secrets again.
Yeah. Well, we traded some secrets with them, as they're wont
For
to
the
do.
love of the eye, I can't believe this shite.
That's what they do. That's how their business runs. So
But why
know.
did you have to tell me that? Now I'm going to be worried next time I go there, and I might not be able to function. He just starts gesturing towards his waistline. You know, I'm a man who knows a lot of very important things, and I have a tendency to talk in my sleep and, you know, during activities.
You know, there is
That's,
certain alchemical remedies that the Callistrian Temple could aid you with.
I know how this works, son.
that's probably way more than we really needed to know. But thank you.
Hey, Arthur, do you have a link to the chat? Because I got a feeling the chat's probably exploding right now.
It's actually not exploding, but it should be. It should be exploding, chat.
What are you guys not? Come on. Nice. Oh, I guess I just go.
If you feel like leaving a comment now on the YouTube video below,
in.
let us know your thoughts at this exact moment. Yeah. He's just like, listen, it's not so much getting everything working down there. I don't have that much problem. It's a mental thing. If I'm like, oh, no, I can't talk during it because she'll be sharing it, and then word of my own misdeeds will get back to me. I'm a man who has debts.
Apparently
I don't
so.
need those people coming after me.
Well, considering the cost of doing business with them, I don't think you have to worry too much about it. It's
He's like,
it's pretty-
I've got the death sentence in 12 islands.
Oh wow, well we're getting there.
I got kicked out of a bar once. You see me
We're
raise my
making our
hand.
way up that ladder.
You see me like raise my hand. I got kicked out of the bar for stealing once.
Yes, she did.
Way to impress the rubes. We this is a matter of some sensitivity. Are you certain that it's okay for us to speak here?
Oh, yeah. And then, like, he gestures around and everybody's, like, humming or singing or sawing something.
Yeah.
It's, like, actually fairly difficult to talk without yelling at each other.
Okay.
It's probably not going to carry very far. So he starts pouring out warm glasses of black kelp beer for you and him, and he's like, by the way, the bottle's 20 gold pieces. You're good for it, right?
20 gold for beer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
20
good beer.
I don't pay
20
20 gold for
warm
dwarven
beer.
ale. No,
Warm
no,
beer.
we're
I'll
good.
tell you what, just drink it and you'll agree.
No.
You see me slip on 20 gold for the captain. I got this one.
Are you giving it to the captain or are you putting it on the bar?
I'm paying
Yeah.
the bartender for the drink.
So there is no bartender, but there's like a
Slide it down
glass
the bar.
jar that's like leave what you owe.
I dropped the 20 gold in there. And I
Jameis
put thumbs up.
Jameis gives you a drink as well, and
Okay.
I mean it's probably hotter than it should be. Like the mug that he gives you is actually like warm to the touch and probably a little difficult to hold. He's like,
Okay.
drink up, mates, drink up, and just like glug 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 glug. Starts pouring himself another one. Then looks at
Hydrate.
Marcus and Alaris. Aye, you boys want any, or are you leaving it all for me?
I'm going to leave it for you.
Paid for
I need
it.
to be in
Might
the
as well
right
try
mind.
Far be
I
it for
am-
me to interfere.
and-
Please continue.
I take my one drink. I got 2 more before I get the sinking condition, so
All right.
oh, 2 more. Never mind.
Yeah, sure. Scourge will give it a try. He'll
All
do
right,
it.
Scourge.
So,
I mean, to someone with dwarven sensibilities, this is probably the shittiest piss beer you've ever drunk.
well, beer's bad enough, so yeah.
But you can taste the kelpiness of it, And if you're any sort of health nut, you know that this is probably chock full of stuff that's great for you. It's probably like full of omega-3 fish oils and like vitamin A, B, C, and D.
You see the old druid in me come out. It's like, this is super healthy.
All right. So.
And that's exactly why I'm not having any.
Yeah.
You just drank a beer made out of kale and beets.
It's a kale smoothie that's been fermented, essentially.
Basically, yeah.
God.
So, all right.
I can't even begin to picture in any way how that could possibly be good to anyone.
How could you even? Yeah, no.
I used to be a druid, so you know.
So yeah, he like slaps you on the back of the shoulder, Scourge, and he's like, it's the warmness. It helps keep it moving. It'll get your intestines working. Don't worry, we've had druids in here to explain us the process by which it moves through the body. It's all very organic and healthy. You'll get a taste for it. You should buy a keg to take on your ship. Your men'll love it. Give them a week of ration, no rum, only this stuff. Eventually they'll be working twice as hard.
If there's anything you probably don't want, it's Scourge's intestines working in your bar, so...
He's like, well, bathroom's out that way, and there's a door that's literally marked, it says bathroom, and below it it's like open cliff.
You just hang out.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so
that'd be awesome.
we're actually this is great fun, but we're actually seeking some information.
Aye.
The Callistrian High Priest says that there is a spy operating in the Shackles, and she would like us to find out who it is as part of the deal that we made for her. And she's pointed us in your direction and said that you would be able to help us out.
Well, listen.
Point us in the right direction.
I really appreciate you buying the beer and all that, but we're not exactly friends.
I understand, and I did not expect this to be a straight social call.
What favor do you have to ask us?
He's just like, I don't know. What do you have to offer?
Pirates.
Can you do anything?
We're
killing.
A fleet of pirates with a murderous crew and
a fleet of pirates.
A tremendous amount of
well, listen.
Innovation.
If you've got a fleet of pirates, and you don't mind getting your hands a little dirty, I've got a job for you.
Okay. And what would that be?
It's just like, I just need you to deliver this letter to a certain dwarven cartel in Port Peril next time you're there.
Shit.
If you're there in the next 2 or 3 months or so, no rush.
Fair enough.
Dwarven cartel.
Aye.
Well, welcome to the family. Click, click.
Okay, does anybody with knowledge know who that is or what he's talking about? Because I'm just not ringing any bells with me, Craig.
Yeah, it'd be local. 25. Yeah, it's not well known, but there is a dwarven cartel called the Medeos, and they basically do a lot of like stonework in the area, and they've set themselves up as like the exclusive quality stoneworkers of rich pirates.
I hope they all have Italian accents.
So, all of these pirates need like fortresses built, and like homes built and secret bases built. And when they do, they hire exclusive stoneworkers, and these guys have set themselves up as the only people that they hire. But because they only work with the extremely rich and pirate captains, they're basically unknown to anyone below that rank.
Right.
Which is why you've never heard of them before.
Yep.
He's like, just deliver this letter to them. I owe them just a little bit of money, and this letter will explain everything. And he like seals it with a little bit of wax and then hands it over to you. That's all I'm asking, a tiny favor.
And before I accept this letter, fair warning that generally people that send us off into trouble knowingly have come to fairly grim ends.
So his face goes completely white, and his eyes just whoop, and he's like, on second thought,
Maybe
Why
see
don't
me
I
just
just
peeking
tell
over
you?
the. Maybe
Can you make
see
an
me peeking over
intimidation check,
shoulders going,
actually? Yeah, I feel like
Oh,
intimidation would be great. right
Man,
there.
why is it always me having to make the intimidation?
Because you're the
checks?
one talking.
I suck. You guys are supposed to be talking, not me.
It's Adam's job. He's
Hey,
the
you're the-
charisma.
I'm
On the other
captain,
hand,
right?
have